Hello and welcome back to CBR MTG. I'm Aaron Cornish and I'm joined here today with Dan
G'day guys.
and Peter.
Hey guys, how are you?
And we are watching the finals for Cancon 2018. We have Sean on Jeskai Control and Robert on Eldrazi and Taxes. Peter, do you want to talk to us about Jeskai?
It's a great deck. I really enjoy Jeskai Control. I've played a lot of Blue-Eye Control, as you've probably heard me say on this channel before. The Jeskai decks are, I think, the best sort of iteration of a control deck in Modern at the moment, just because of the way they can take control of the game rather quickly, but more importantly, turn the corner really quickly.
And also having the power of being able to path something or helix something or bolt something.
Yep.
Pretty good.
So we're looking here at a pretty standard opener from Sean, who's led with a Hallowed Fountain Celestial Colonnade.
Ooh.
I think Robert has, what does he play there? He's
That's
played
a
a Thalia Guardian of Thraben.
Thalia's very good here against the Jeskai deck. Which is
Opting
gonna
in
be
response.
Yeah.
playing a lot of spells, and Thalia just taxing them that little bit extra.
Yeah,
It's going to make
Thalia,
it harder for Sean to...
yeah, Thalia is a real thorn on the side of a deck like this.
Good. Thorn on a stick.
Yeah, so Dan, do you want to tell us about your insights on Eldrazi and Taxes?
Well, I guess the Eldrazi and Taxes deck is basically just an attempted power-up of the normal classic mono-white Death and Taxes. That just revolves around sort of just disruptive creatures like Leonin Arbiter, Thalia Guardian of Thraben, and cards like Path to Exile, Mirran Crusader, and Flicker Wisp. And it's just chucked in some a black splash with Caves of Koleos and Concealed Courtyard, some Eldrazi Temples to power out an early Thought-Knot Seer, and some Wasteland Stranglers. And especially one of the most powerful additions to the deck, an Eldrazi Displacer, which is fantastic in combination with Thought-Knot Seer and the Wasteland Strangler, which we might see during this game.
And Flicker Wisp and half the deck.
It's just very, very full of good synergies, this deck.
Displace is an incredibly powerful card, I
Yeah.
think.
I really do enjoy the ability to look at their hand, make them draw a card, then look at their hand again.
Do it
Exactly.
again. Clears blockers, clears tokens very well. Very, very powerful card. Very interesting addition, and probably something that's worth splashing for
Yeah.
if you want to change on the traditional.
We see here, though, that Robert's attempted to resolve a Tidehollow Scar, and Sean's pretty clearly said, no, I don't want you in my hand, please stop, good sir. So he's fleshed in the 2/3 beat stick. I really like Spell Queller. It's not something you traditionally play in a slower blue-eye control shell, but again, in a deck where you can turn the corner quite quickly, and you're more of on the tempos. You're more a tempo-oriented control deck.
Especially getting around Thalia is really huge
Yes.
here. Like, he would not have been able to, obviously... Oh, no, he could still mana leak, I guess, but, like, it's still just... It's probably just a much better play, having that Spell Queller.
It's a threat and it's disruption.
Oh, here we go.
Here's a big
Speaking
boy.
of threat and disruption...
Exactly.
Probably the best card in all of Modern for doing just that. Thought I see it down here really early on turn 3, thanks to the powerful land in Eldrazi Temple.
Well, it's
I
gonna rip a
I
bolt.
really like Sean's line here of bolt the Thalia and then path the
Yeah,
Thought-Knot Seer. That's
wow,
a great line.
That's a really
I really
good
like
sequence
that.
of events here for Sean.
So the Thought-Knot Seer still obviously gets into his hand with as with the way the triggers resolve.
Gets to see his new card.
You get to see the new card,
Yep.
but Sean gets very much control of the board at this point.
Yeah, this is a fantastic spot for Sean to be in. Like, Robert's committed a lot of his hand to the board, attempting to disrupt Sean in a meaningful way, and Sean's just not having a bar of it, to be honest.
Exactly. And with Sean's life total being quite high as well, he's in a very commanding position right now, I think.
What's he got here?
So I can see a Steam Vents, a
Two
Lightning Helix,
helixes and a bolt.
2 Helixes and a Bolt.
Alright, Operation Burn.
So yeah,
we
Let's
take
go.
away a Helix because that's pretty good.
I think, taking Helix seems like a good...
seems fine.
Yeah. The burn play. Would you rather have Thought-Knot into your bolts or your helixes?
As a burn player, I'd rather him take a Helix. That way I can do both on a turn.
That's fair.
Seems fair.
Yeah, that's
But
reasonable.
life gain, probably not a thing that the Eldrazi and Taxes wants to come up against.
Yeah, sure.
Also quite true.
Especially now with an empty board and
What's he got
looking
in hand?
at a thought.
That's a
That's
displacer.
a Displacer. I can't make out the
Thought I
rest
saw
of it.
two Thal.
Oh, he has two Thalias.
Follow up Thalia would be pretty good here. It's just about
it's not,
always.
It's not amazing though.
No.
But we
just
are
having
running
that
through
effect.
an untapped step here.
Yeah. So Sean on taps draws
An
Island.
A pretty island too.
Oh,
Yes.
I don't know.
Spell Queller getting into the red zone.
Big fan of Spell Queller.
Yeah.
Just
And
Spell Queller beats
very
is so
good quality. Especially flying is so relevant. Like, not getting blocked by, like, pesky, especially Thalia. Having first strike is just Oh, there's some good quality creatures in these matchups here.
I think one card that Robert would be really happy to see right now, assuming he could make it resolve, would be Flickerwisp.
Flickerwisp would be
Flickerwisp would be really nice right now. You could flick out that Queller, get your Sculler back, and then get into Sean's hand, and you've suddenly got a board again.
Yeah, that's a very good line.
And forces him to commit to answering at least one of them.
Having 5 power on the board there would be really good
Yes.
too.
If he had another land, he could play the Displacer.
Oh, smush!
Oh. Nothing like taxing your opponent by reducing their life total with a 5/5 haste. That seems fine. Wow,
Crunch.
And it's not really a good target for removal, having to discard a card.
No,
It's not where you want to be.
After Exile becomes significantly worse when you have to discard another important card from your hand.
And if you remember Sean's hand correctly, I don't think he has an answer to this Smasher at the moment, does
Well,
he?
he doesn't have 2 cards to discard unless he goes
Also
like
true.
Bolt Helix, discard 2.
Doesn't
seem like a
He's
lose.
going upstairs.
That was Bolt upstairs.
That's a confident man. He knows
That's
what
a
he wants.
Helix.
We're going to go Helix
Round to
upstairs.
Oh, this is
This-
it's pretty tense.
Is this... we've got a Colonnade. Will that be active next turn?
If he hits
Yes,
a
if
land,
it's
he can
a
activate
land,
the
he can
Colonnade.
activate
He has the
Colonnade.
island.
Here's the island.
He's down to 2. I think this is a good play here. Putting Rob on a really quick clock
Yes,
seems to be
I like
absolutely
this.
the right line here.
There's no draw in in Robert's deck.
Mm-hmm.
Just kills Sean out and out here.
And he's not going to get the Smasher anytime soon.
And if he has ripped a path, he hasn't got a card in hand.
No.
There's a card to discard for the Smasher.
Ooh, this is good. Sure,
This is
Rob's
really-
going to really
this
have to
is
find
some-
something to dig himself out. What could he use? What does he have? I guess Eldrazi Displacer would be good, in a sense that no, it doesn't even.
It doesn't do it. I don't think he's got
No.
the mana for it.
I don't think.
And it's not like flickering. No, you can't. I think Rob's just dead here.
I think Sean's got game 1 here.
Yeah, this is. What else?
A,
Yeah, man,
a
lots of that-
Flickerwisp would be an out, but
Lots of that Tidehauler Sculler really hurt Rob. I
Yes.
think. Being able to get in there, have a look, bit of a peek, know what to play around.
You can see a bit of Robert's hand here. I think we've got a Leonin Arbiter.
Ooh.
There's definitely, I think I can see 2 Thalias.
Yeah, wow.
There's definitely a Displacer.
this is not a good place
No,
to be.
well, they're all good cards, but they're just not going to stop
They're
Sean
not
here.
going to answer the board.
Not at all.
Celestial Colonnade is a hell of a magic card.
Roll over there with the big rocky fella.
I really enjoy the ability to join the grindiness of control and just splash that aggression in there.
Yeah, with the red, yeah.
do that turn is amazing.
And it opens you up to like some more interesting sideboard cards as well. Like it potentially gives you access to 3 mana as well for an engineered explosives. We can see that Sean is running a Crumble to Dust as
And
well.
we've got the Flickerwisp.
The
Ooh.
Flickerwisp has happened.
And it's a flying blocker.
That's very relevant for the Colonnade.
If memory serves, I
It's a
think
Snapcaster.
Has Robert been able to turn this around?
Sean. What is Sean's unknown card? Do we know? Because
Pray it's not a burn spell.
if it was a burn spell, I assume Robert would have just taken it. No.
He's had to activate the Colonnade.
Play the Godless Shrine in there tapped.
Yep.
The only way to do it.
Well, here we go.
Oh no!
No,
It
Robert's
might have
scooped it
been
up. Yep.
a
Wow.
tap concession.
Sure.
Rob scooped?
I believe so. Yes.
Huh, okay.
So moving into sideboarding now,
Yes.
we look at the 2 boards that the players have. So Sean, in his board, has a copy of Byforce, a Celestial Purge, 2 Ceremonious Rejections, a Chandra, Torch of Defiance, Crumble the Dust, Elspeth's Son's Champion, a Negate, 2 Relic of Progenitus, a Settle the Wreckage, a Sphinx's Revelation, 2 Stony Silence, and a Vidalcan's Shackles. And on Robert's side, we've got a Blessed Alliance, 2 Burns and Forge Tenders, 2 Disenchants, an Inquisition of Kozilek, a Core Firewalker, 3 Rest in Peace, 2 Stony Silence, 2 Thoughtseize, and a Zealous Persecution.
Alright.
What do we like here, boys?
Obviously
Yes.
for Sean, the Ceremonious Rejections are just always good against these Eldrazi-based decks. Chandra, Torch of Defiance could also be useful. It's something that definitely demands an answer, and being able to like nuke a Displacer or a Thought Knot as well is very powerful, and something that Sean doesn't always have access to, that 4 damage. I think that could be very good. Crumble to Dust also hits Eldrazi Temple, which I'm not sure if it's worth bringing in to slow them down like a little bit, but potentially it might be better than something they have in main deck.
I don't love the Crumble. I think Crumble's definitely there for more of the big mana decks. Definitely there for Tron.
Yep.
I definitely agree on the Chandra. It's another threat, and it conveniently just comes down and cleans up a Thought Knot Seer.
Yep.
And it can be protected.
And it can be protected.
What do we think of Vidalcan Shackles?
I think it's a great card, but
Not in this sort
I
of
don't
matchup.
think it's great in this matchup.
There's no way for Robert to really interact with the shackles. Like he can't. There's no abrupt decays in his deck, obviously being white-black. But
if he was psychic, he could bring in a couple of disenchants for it. But I don't. In the dark, I don't think you bring in disenchant.
okay, so we think he's going to be bringing in the ceremonious rejections, potentially Chandra. What do you think about Elspeth? Elspeth cleans up after some smashes.
Yeah,
a
Elspeth,
smasher and a thought knot, right? Like
She cleans up Smasher and she cleans up Thought Knot.
blocks thought knot.
She
day.
makes
She-
blockers.
Yeah.
She makes blockers is what I think is relevant.
Okay.
And I wouldn't fault Sean for not bringing her in, but I'm a greedy boy.
no,
I
I think she
very much
definitely-
like some Elspeth.
Definitely warrants a spot in there.
I think the Settle the Wreckage is definitely a card that's going to be coming in though. Settle has been an absolute powerhouse of a card, I think. And if Robert doesn't expect it, it's a huge blowout.
Yeah,
Especially-
absolutely. Going all in. Even
Committing
with like a
the
tight
tags.
hollow skull.
And even if he doesn't go all in, if he sort of damns himself and traps himself under his only own and Arbiter,
Yeah.
it's just backbreaking nearly.
Sure.
And with Robert's sideboard tech, what do you boys like in this?
Definitely like the discard spells.
Rest in peace. Fantastic.
Rest in Peace is pretty
Against
good.
control decks.
Shuts down Snapcaster, which in a deck like this, I think hosing the graveyard against a blue-white-red deck is much more relevant than say hosing it against a straight blue-white.
Definitely for sure.
Because bolt, snap,
Bolt. Bolt
Yeah, it's still a
is-
very real play,
Yes.
you know. Like he's taking damage off his lands, especially with the Cave of Koilos in there.
Yes,
What do we think about the Thought Seizers as well?
I like them.
good.
I like them. Like you are playing against a deck that can just become sort of a blue burn deck,
Absolutely.
but it giving the ability to take away cryptic commands or
Oh, he's got an Inquisition in there as well. Yeah, I think the
Inquisition's
discard
good.
definitely comes in.
the discard just hits relevant stuff. Like it gets thrown under a spell queller if you're not careful, but it catches so many of the cards you worry about.
Definitely.
And with some of the sideboarding options, it gives you can Thought Seize before you want to play your Smasher,
Sure.
take away say the rejection that you probably expect.
What about Zealous Persecution? I mean, Zealous Persecution sort of fulfills the role that Wasteland Strangler does. Obviously without as many without targeting.
I don't
Still cleans up Click and Snap, but
cleans up click and
probably
snap.
not worth taking out a Sculler for.
I wouldn't be.
Strangler, sorry.
I probably wouldn't play Persecution here.
Sure.
It's cute that you can maybe buff your team as well, but I don't think it hits enough relevant things
Yeah,
in Sean's
absolutely.
deck.
Not worth bringing in.
I don't mind Core Firewalker. I have been known to board it in against Jeskai control.
I can say
Yeah,
that.
yeah.
It forces them to path it rather than bolt it.
Yes.
Sure, yeah.
And the land ramp is nice.
Yeah.
Oh, a down one path is one less for your Smasher, right?
Exactly.
Like that seems like a pretty good play there, actually, Aaron.
I think the biggest worry for Robert here going into game 2 is in his 75, I don't really see a way to take a Geist of Centraft off the table.
Yes, that is
Correct.
Blessed Alliance. Oh no, that's...
No, because
No, you can
angel
he'll
one,
sacrifice the angel token.
Yeah.
Wow.
So-
Okay, so
That's a bit
potentially,
hard.
I mean, he
And-
can just like attempt. He can just block.
He
it,
can
right?
block
But
it, although
That's not a fantastic plan.
he hasn't also seen the Geist. He didn't see Sean play a Geist in game 1, so
Oh, and he's running 3.
he is.
Ooh.
Would you assume the Nahiri list here?
I definitely wouldn't assume the Nahiri, but I also wouldn't necessarily straight away assume
He's
Geist.
just fallen out of favor, and I think that the whole like sort of tempo, Jeskai tempo blue white decks have sort of become really really popular
Yes.
lately. Just needing to be that little bit extra faster against some of the big mana decks, Eldrazi Tron, especially like by having those Geists in there, having the spell Quellers. It's just. Especially and the one of Click as well. It's just a very quick, very effective clock.
Click is a fantastic card. I
Absolutely.
think having seen the spell quellers, I'd probably look at it and assume there's Geist in the list somewhere.
Yeah.
I've played a lot of this.
I think you have to expect it now.
You have to expect Geist.
Yeah.
Because these blue white X decks have started to learn that like the worst matchups when we're playing these sort of decks is big mana Tron decks
Yeah.
and sort of stuff that if we give them enough time they just go bigger than we can.
Yeah, definitely.
And the ability to play Geist and just slam a Geist on turn 3 it gives these decks the ability to turn the corner a lot more quickly.
Absolutely, you have to answer it.
And you have to answer it. That's the
6 a
thing.
turn, yeah. No, 100%.
So I think it's better to assume it's there and be pleasantly surprised when it doesn't turn up.
I guess a
I'll
clean
be happy.
answer. Mirren Crusader answers it pretty well, having that first strike.
Crusader does indeed get in the way of it.
But I don't think Crusader's worth having in.
I'd agree with that.
don't think so.
Best case, it probably eats a bolt.
Yeah,
a lot of the
absolutely.
time.
We see on the top of the screen there the prizes for winning.
Oh,
Ooh.
First place received a foil Invocation Force of Will.
Oh.
And second
it's not
place...
modern
got-
legal?
Oh, it's still good.
Fair.
And second place received the Invocation Days.
Oh, wow.
Oh, wonderful.
Okay. Oh, neat.
And you walked away with a Trinisphere, didn't you, mate?
Yes,
Oh, too easy.
Exactly.
which is really good.
Alright, so we see the players opening up.
Sealed
Robert's
Courtyard.
kept And
Aether Vial.
he's led on turn 1 Aether Vial.
Very,
That's so
very
good.
good start against the control deck.
Turn 1 Vial makes me smile. The
Absolutely.
Legacy Death and Taxes player in me coming out here.
Sneak him under every single counter spell under
Exactly.
the sun. You can click in response to the activation, right?
You can.
That's neat, but
You can do a lot of cute things
see if
with.
Sean's got it in still.
You can do a lot of cute things with Vial, but Click also lets you do a lot of cute things too.
Oh, here we go, an
So
Inquisition
he
on turn
has brought
2.
in the discard.
This is big.
So we see Sean's hand. We've got
Electrolyze,
Opt, 2 Electrolyze,
Colonnade.
Snap.
and he has got the Click.
What's that 1 second from the bottom?
Next to the Lightning Bolt, that's a
Yeah.
Click.
No, that's-
That's Vendilion Click.
Alright.
what do you take here?
Snap's always the go, right? I mean, unless you got something to protect, you take the bolt.
I'd probably take either the Click or the Bolt here, I think.
My target would be the click.
Why
Bigger
is that?
power, repeatable damage.
Robert likes the Electrolyze.
Okay.
Okay, sure.
Could have a Thalia.
It could have something. I see a second Vial.
I think that's a Thalia in there next to the vial.
There's definitely a Vial next to the Thalia next to the Vial. Sorry.
Wow, this is big. 2 vials against the control deck for Robert. This is quite a start.
This is a nightmare
Absolutely.
from Sean's point of view, I think.
He's gonna need to keep in all of his spot removal now. It's not
Yep.
really about counter magic. It's not.
No.
It's not a stack fort battle. It's gonna be on the. On the battlefield
And
here.
2 Vials. Having the
Is
ability
that
to.
a settle the wreckage that he drew off the opt?
I hope it is.
I'd
I'd love
love
to
to
see
see a
that
settle
deck cast.
Pair of Vials though. Vial is just such an obnoxiously powerful
So
magic card.
difficult.
You can do the amount of cute things you can do, like vialing in Wisp, vialing in Thought Knots, vialing in a Reality Smasher.
Yeah.
I've had a Vial go to 5, and it is just a horrible experience to sit across from.
And
That looks like a Blessed Alliance. No.
Thought Seas, we've
this
got
is
more
big.
discard. That is a
now
settle the
now he
wreckage.
sees the
Yes.
settle. Oh, I think
I-
snap still.
I think
Unless he's like depends what his hand's like, right? Like if,
Yeah,
he's,
we
got a,
don't-
if he's got a nice chunky hand,
we
he's probably
don't-
gonna take the click.
we don't quite know the context of his hand.
Oh,
No,
taking
the bolt.
Bolt.
I can see that.
That's fine. What do you think Sean's brought in the Stony Silences? Because he didn't see any Aether Vials game 1, but assuming his opponent's on a Thalia-based deck, what do you reckon?
You
Brings them in?
You definitely assume Vial, but
Sure.
I don't know if you'd bring in Stony.
Speaking
Okay.
of Thalia.
Speaking of the
Here we
lady,
go.
she comes. I don't think you'd bring in Stony.
Okay.
It's a narrow answer to a narrow card, and like Aether, like
But it's a powerful card.
It's
like
a powerful
it's like
answer.
linchpin of the deck. Like
I think having to have your hate card on turn 2 to stop their turn 1 play is not for spectacular. I think
Sure.
if you're playing a blue-white base, like a straight blue-white deck, I'd probably like Stony Silence a little bit more.
Oh, it's not going to work like that. Oh, no.
The first strike.
That's pretty
card.
big.
The first strike of
That's
Thalia.
rough from Sean, yeah. Wow. First strikes. I've definitely fallen into that trap a few times, forgetting that Thalia is more than just a Thorn of Amethyst on a stick, but she actually has first strike. It's going to be quite a headache for Sean here.
It's going to be. We have a Leonin.
Oh, no.
We have the Leonin Arbiter, also known as
Oh.
Cat.
It was
And
a
we've
ghost
built our own.
Ooh.
We've built our own wasteland, boys and girls.
Wow. Welcome to modern even. Well,
Fun and interactive
Robert
game.
Wynn is just firing on all cylinders.
Robert has had one of the best draws you can definitely have out of this Eldrazi and Taxes deck.
Wow.
This
This is
resembles
terrifying.
every experience I've had against Def and Taxes,
Yep.
Eldrazi and Taxes.
What do we think about the Eldrazi splash? Like, does it power it up? Does it
Yes,
weaken
it-
having the different lands?
I think it powers it up quite a lot. It leaves it a little more susceptible to cards like Blood Moon.
Yeah,
and
can't
whatnot.
cast anything through a Blood Moon. Or any of the Eldrazi through a
No.
Blood Moon.
But I think
Vial them in.
the Black Splash gives you a lot of great sideboard cards, and I'm just like the raw power of Thought Not Seer
Yeah, absolutely.
is just, it can't be understated, especially when you have those double not ancient tombs, sorry, those double Eldrazi temple draws.
Yeah, definitely.
It's just an incredibly hard thing to come back from.
Very
We had a question about the Arbiter and Ghost Quarter interaction there, I believe.
It definitely looks that way.
That's a rough way to find out. Oh,
Yeah.
man. What do we have? Another ghost? Oh, no.
Oh,
Oh,
Stripline Central.
Rob.
So Sean
This
can,
is
Sean
fantastic.
can still pay for this.
For the Arbiter. Yeah, you can.
He can pay for it. So he loses this Spire Bluff Canal, but he gets to go and get an
We
island.
just time walked in with a land.
He did.
I mean, it seems pretty good.
Like, I'm guessing he might, if he's got a basic, he has a basic mountain in his list, so I'd probably, he goes for the basic mountain here.
2 islands, yeah. Yeah, I'd definitely get the mountain, yep.
Mountain, it opens up all your burn and gives you the ability to, next turn, get something off the table.
Yeah, for sure.
But I think the position that Sean's in here,
it's going to be
pretty commanding.
Yeah, very hard to recover from, I think.
I don't believe we attacked with the Arbiter there too.
No, that was...
No, 100%.
Yeah, Robert definitely considered attacking with the Arbiter, but I think the Arbiter is what's holding... It's definitely holding his game plan together right now.
Yeah, absolutely.
And it's not worth throwing it away for essentially an Ambush Viper.
Oh, here we go.
We're back up to 3 mana
What's
on the...
What's he got? Nothing? Maybe a Queller in hand? Potentially?
I think Sean... Ooh, draw step click.
Draw step click. Get him.
Seeing his land.
It's alright. 3-1 to the table. It's committed some power and it can fly over everything, which is pretty good. I mean, a Vial in Flicker Wisp would be pretty rough here.
Sean's definitely leaving that there, though.
Absolutely. Wow.
Sean down to 14. And this is a close game now. We've definitely got a game on our hands.
Yeah, we've got a good board state going.
I think, at the moment, Sean is definitely favoured. Just the raw grip of cards he's got. He's slowly drawing his way out of any lock that an Arbiter and Ghost Quarter could put on him.
Okay. Yeah, and having that flyer is just so important.
Yeah.
Like, Robert's sort of gummed up the ground a little bit, especially with the first striking Thalia is going to make it really difficult for anything to attack on the ground, especially a Geist, if Sean's still got them in. But yeah, having those 3 power in the air, very good for Sean.
And leaving the Vials on 3 and 2 seem to be the
optimal
numbers.
It's definitely where you want them. 3 lets you do all kinds of fun stuff with Flicker Wisp. And 2 opens up Thalia. A Thalia if you need another one. It opens up Sculler.
I mean, 4 is pretty sweet as well. Like, I mean, draw step Thought Knot. It's so good. That would be quite a play. I'd like to see. I don't think I've ever seen an Aether Vial go up past 4.
I had once with a Reality Smasher.
No way.
Some of these Eldrazi and Taxes lists used to play Restoration Angel also, so that was a case where you sometimes push a Vial to 4.
But I guess since you've got the 4 copies of Eldrazi Display, so it's sort of not as
and we have a
necessary.
thought. Also true. We have a thought not hitting the table here for Robert.
Oh boy.
This is definitely something you could use to get back in the game.
Do you have 2 courtyards? 2 courtyard swamp.
I think
Plains?
it's a courtyard cave.
Okay, so if he's got a caves, how do you cast it? All right. What do you take here?
I think I'm snap taking the settle.
Yeah. Settle. I mean,
Settle sets you back.
Just swing in with 1, but like maybe 2 damage a turn isn't a fast enough clock to warrant not taking the settle.
You can't race the click here, so he needs to be able to just start turning, especially turning that Thought Knot Seer sideways.
Absolutely, that's going to be very important. Just get some big power on the ground.
Exactly.
Slog through.
We have 8 power on the ground there for Eldrazi and Taxes, and 5 power for control, but
3 in the air, very important.
3 in the air is extremely relevant.
Well, any of the burn spells are still definitely live draws out of Sean's deck though. So
Absolutely.
So there's definitely no sort of a safe life total that Robert can get to.
Yep. I think he just needs to try and end this game as quickly as possible, especially against the...
And running opts do help the cycling there.
Yes.
It's a bit clunky into Thalia though.
It's not where you want to be.
No. But if you've got nothing else to do for 2 mana on the end of your turn, you might as well
exactly
chuck an opt in there. What's that?
Is that a Helix?
I hope it's a Helix.
I thought it was a Logic. No, is he running? He's running 2.
He's playing Logic Knot, okay.
Although I think counter spells like that, I guess it does throw off a smasher that would come in here for...
Logic Knot's a great card, especially in these Jeskai decks that just they like to churn through cheap spells.
Yeah.
And with the abundance of fetch lands as well.
Swing. I think it was a pretty good attack before he committed the Arbiter, I think. But trading for the click is quite good.
Yeah,
he's got the Electrolyze. Yeah, this is big. I definitely wouldn't have swung with the Arbiter there. But
that's true.
Getting in the extra damage, I guess, good incentive. But having that Electrolyze has really thrown a spanner into Rob's works there.
It's definitely a bit of a blowout here.
It's
going to nuke the Thought Knot and the Thalia. And then, wow.
Can all my Electrolyzers draw 2 cards? That sounds great.
Sean's very happy with that trade. He's very happy to trade his fairly mediocre creatures for all of Rob's board
exactly.
here.
I think this next turn for Sean will sort of show if he can bring it back fully.
Yeah, absolutely. Like these turns are going to be very important here. following up from that.
Not having to pay an extra mana for your non-creature spells would be really
Feels
nice.
Feels good, yeah.
So we've still got to work around the Arbiter a little bit here with the fetch land.
Yeah. Is that another...
That's a Sculler.
Alright.
What a
Slow
pain.
addition to the clock. It'll be good disruption. Good to see what Sean's got in his hand. Have a little poke around there. See if there's anything he'd like to take.
Do you like main phasing that here, or would you rather do that in the draw step?
I think main phase is fine. I think you just want to try and commit to the board, and I guess force Sean to have it.
Yeah, sure. No, it seems reasonable.
Because we see a hand of Snapcaster, Spell Snare, Opt, Cryptic Command. Is that a Geist? I think that's a Geist. I think that's a Geist hiding behind the Cryptic.
But like, you can still block with the... I guess it's Sean's job to make sure the path is clear for the Geist.
Yes.
Yeah.
He's not just going to swing it into a Leonid Arbiter there.
I'm going to take the Snapcaster there.
It seems like a good choice.
It seems fine.
If you're unsure of what to take,
Oh,
as
it's
a
a
snap,
Spell Queller, sorry. It's a Spell Queller, not a Geist.
he's just flashing it.
Yeah,
in, right?
I think just flashing it in as a
Might as
2/3
well.
flyer is fine here.
Still in the air, yeah, right. Like,
Robert's Hellbent now, I believe.
get those damage across.
Living
somehow.
off the top of the library.
And,
Like the
and most of what he
Madden
draws
moves.
is going to be coming out of a vial at this point anyway, I
Yeah.
think.
Oh, and we did board
Oh,
it.
there's the Chandra.
There's the
so
pretty
we
lady.
Did board him in. All right. We got a game, guys. We got a game going.
This is some fantastic magic.
I believe it'll be a next turn Chandra.
Well, he can't cast. Yeah, he can't cast it this turn because the Arbiter's still on the field, so we won't be able to crack that Mesa for a red source and pay for it and cast the Chandra. Which is unfortunate, but he should definitely be alive for next turn. Providing some
I didn't quite catch that draw step.
I missed that
never.
also. Robert,
lightning fast.
Robert's starting to debate if he can race this Queller, which he's in a position to do so.
Well, there's no point not holding back the Scholar, right? Like, it's not like it's going to block.
No.
So you might as well just chip in
And
for 3
he
while
knows
you can.
he knows most of the context of Sean's hand.
Absolutely.
And I don't disagree with going all in here, racing the Queller. This had put him to 7. That's lethal with a Reality Smasher off the top next turn.
Yeah,
Which is
definitely.
perfectly fine.
Always dead to a Reality Smasher
yeah.
off the top.
But there's a Snap.
Another
Snap.
Snapcaster Mage.
Snap block.
Snap.
So he gets that.
He's
snap
gonna-
back. Oh.
I didn't quite see what the target
Man,
was.
these
for the
Arbiters have
Snapcaster.
just been getting
That's a
crunched
targeting
in
bolt.
combat.
Targeting Bolt.
Yep.
Oh,
Oh.
another really
Oh.
good play here from Sean.
Snapcaster Mage is such an incredibly powerful card. The blowouts it enables, just like this.
Yeah, right? That's fantastic.
I enjoyed the
Look at that.
the intimidation tactics of activating the vial in response.
So good.
Activating a vial with nothing in hand is sometimes a great play. Because if you only ever activate your vial when you've got something, they
Yeah.
know to respond to it.
Fair. Just got to get that muscle memory going.
Exactly.
Oh, maybe you just can't help it.
Just
Constantly reaching
end
for
step
his
vial,
vials.
stare at your opponent,
Yeah.
I moved
You've
your
got to
untap.
make him know what's up.
Exactly.
Right? What's Sean drawing here for turn? Is that a
That's,
lightning
that's
helix?
definitely a helix.
All right.
Yeah.
Oh, things are getting a bit hairy here for Rob. Gonna get quite close.
If I'm Sean, I'm thinking about getting frisky with some of these burn spells.
I reckon just drop the Chandra. It's another thing that
Also definitely
Rob has to
true.
worry about.
Plant the Chandra and tick up.
See what you can get.
Yep.
Dome for 2.
Dome in for
There
2,
you
get
go.
rid of a Foundry that you definitely didn't want to draw.
Quicken the clock. Yeah, absolutely.
And it
Almost
becomes
access
a-
to the guy.
Oh, we're going up on
the
vials now.
colonnade next
that
to
we
him.
could have a Thought Knot in hand or
Oh,
a Reality
no, that's
Smasher.
a blessed alliance.
It's a Blessed Alliance.
That can gain him some life in a pinch.
Oh, and a land.
It's not really what you want to be doing though, but I guess it gets rid of the spell queller because he can escalate it again. So yeah, he can gain some life, get rid of the spell
And get rid
queller
of
if
an
he has
attack
to. Yeah.
if he needs to. If Sean hits a land here, he can activate the colonnade though, and it's looking.
If he
with
taps
the-
out, then he has to decide between the colonnade or.
That's
Robert
like-
does know about the cryptic command that's in
Yes.
Sean's hand,
Yes.
And I think Sean drew a Geist for this turn.
That's big.
though. Oh,
That'll close it out very quickly.
and play
So he's
into
gonna
the
escalate?
cryptic.
No, he's going to escalate. Probably sacking creature gaining.
Sack a
4.
creature gain 4 seems fine here.
He's not going to untap anything. Yeah.
Definitely not.
See what Sean's got.
And yeah, Sean just
okay.
takes that. It's not. I don't think that's worth burning a cryptic
No,
on.
definitely not. Yeah, I think Sean's in a very good position here, especially with the active Chandra. Like, give it 2 more turns and she'll be able to have her emblem.
I
and
think.
Rob's just gone.
Yeah,
Are we seeing the spooky boy come down?
I don't think we will.
What was that draw step for Rob?
Did not see them.
I don't imagine it was good.
No.
It's likely going to still come out of the vial either
But
way.
I guess with the cryptic in Sean's hand, this is
This
looking
becomes
almost
the vial
lights
game.
out.
Yep.
Yeah.
And revealing a bunch of lands off Chandra.
Pretty good.
Going straight to the face.
Knowing that you've got nothing but business left in the deck is
Exactly.
a pretty good position for Sean to be sitting in here, especially against an empty board with that active Chandra.
We have a
So with Wasteland Strangler and an unknown hiding.
land.
I think it's a Ghost Quarter. Can't quite see though.
Then we have Chandra.
Might want to hold on to the Ghost Quarter,
Quarter.
yeah.
Yeah. Chandra sitting on Emblem Mana.
Yeah, like he's just got no way to pressure the Chandra, which is going to be huge because like once that emblem hits the table, it's just going to be absolutely
It's just
lights
I'm
out.
going to
for
play
Robert.
some spells and
It's
Yeah.
5 damage.
that's it. Chandra we have a Chandra emblem.
And
And
if
I-
he can play 3 spells, he wins, right?
Like we see the
much damage
Helix.
is it?
So a Helix
That becomes 8.
that becomes 8,
So
and
it is
then the
5,
Geist.
Yep.
Yeah, just
Yep.
wow.
Bang.
I mean,
Chandra
like you can
emblem.
upgrade your Helixes for
And he's
Oh.
spell pierces.
2 mana 8 damage. Did he spell pierce the Helix in
He did.
response? Oh wow! What an
Oh.
ending!
That was an awesome.
Sean Doherty in control all game. Far out.
Still,
Awesome
the
game.
old still had all these.
Still had it. Wow. That was a good game.
That was a fantastic final.
A very, very big congratulations to the 2 players of the finals and Sean taking it out on
Yeah.
Jeskai Control.
Just for everyone else who participated, it was a fantastic day of Magic. Look
Yeah.
at that.
I didn't get a
Good
top
game.
8 map.
Great old good games there.
Absolutely. No, it was a wonderful day of Magic. A lot of people showed up. Some fantastic decks, as you saw, the blue-black stacks deck.
Thank you very much for watching CBR MTG. I've been Aaron, joined with Dan and Peter.
Yep.
Yep.
And
See you next time.
see you next
Take it
time.
easy.
Thanks, guys.